Hello. So this is week 26. We're officially halfway through the year. A few days ago, we just had the longest day of the year. And honestly, it's been quite a tough week. From my perspective anyway. And for many others. There's been quite the heat wave that's gone on. It's pretty much, I think, from Monday through to Friday, which doesn't sound like that long. I think it built up and trailed off a little bit either side. But we're talking temperatures up in the, I want to say mid 30s plus in centigrade, which I think is in the 90s Fahrenheit wise. Obviously no air conditioning. Anyway, it's been very, very hot. If you're in the UK, you'll be very aware of this. If you're not, you might not be. I was going to say it's probably hot there, but it depends where you're watching. Anywho, so it honestly was at the point where if you didn't have to be out, you didn't want to be out. And so I've been in a lot, although there's no good place to be in that kind of weather. The other thing, hang on, I'm just going to have a pause for whatever is about to come past here. Noisy tractor, I think. And he's mostly gone. Yeah, the other thing that's been happening for me is that it's really bad time allergy-wise, hay fever-wise. I guess whatever is in the air, all the grass and hay that's happening, you saw the hay bales earlier, that's all been getting stirred up. Anytime I step outside the door, it's just not great. And it pretty much sticks with me most of the day, being pretty miserable. So that's a real discouragement to wanting to come just down and wander in the woods. As much as I wanted to get out and under the shade down here, going outside wasn't great. Anyway, we're going to push through that today because I'm running out of week to record this one. What you may be wondering is why all the colour has left the world. And the answer to that is really, I just felt like trying to shoot in black and white this week. Just really as a jarring change of pace. Sometimes it's fun to do that. I say to do that. I do it in photography quite often, but video, it's not something you really think of doing unless you're trying to do some kind of film noir situation or whatnot. So I just wanted to see what it looked like and get a change up. That's really all there is to it. So I guess I should stop standing around, stop waffling and get in. We're just outside Rita Woodoo. I'm going to do a little walk up through here and then I'm going to try and wander over to Lift Holt as well. I often just do one or the other per week, but because I feel like it's been a while since I've been down here, I'm going to try and nip into both, but we'll see how we do. After some still days, it's actually been very windy today, which is really nice for the breeze and the refreshment. I think probably not so good for your allergies, but hey ho, you can't have everything, you just can't. The Enchanter's Nightshade is still out doing its thing, looking very nice in the dappled sunlight. Now here's a new one to me, and that's fireweed. Ironically, I'm staying hard and true on the black and white this week, so I'm going to have to describe it to you. It is purplish in colour. Oh, there we go. I guess I'll describe it. But yeah, there's a few of them growing here. Let me zoom back out. It's interestingly quite tricky to make them out amongst this, but they're these tall, spired plants here. And purple and green. If I remember and they're still here next week, I'll video them again so you can see them. But I refuse to do colour, so you're just going to have to believe me. Apparently they're called fireweed because they quite like to grow on burnt out areas of woodland. So there you go. They're rather nice, sort of slightly foxglove-esque without being foxgloves. Butterflies are coming up, I guarantee you. Well, I guarantee you as much as I can in this crazy world. This perhaps not the week to do them, considering they'd all be without their colour. That would be quite the challenge. Them taunting me now, another one has flown right in just above it. They're saying, I bet you wish you'd done butterflies this week. So what we have here is meadowsweet, which seems to have just popped up in terms of blooming this week all of a sudden, and it's gone crazy all down the pathways. Apparently it contains some kind of acid that I can't pronounce that was, I think, important in the discovery of penicillin. I may have made that up. And they used it in Tudor times to throw on their house floors to make the house smell nicer. This is all the facts I already have on it, and I'm not 100% sure that they're accurate, but let's believe they are. I suppose I should describe the colour. Thankfully, it's a sort of creamy white colour, so you're not missing too much on that front, but rather a nice plant. They're growing pretty tall, up to 1 metre, some of them. Now that's interesting. Two sets of clouds at different heights going in different directions slightly. I guess that means the winds have a bit of variance in which way they're blowing, though I'm no scientist. So I've made it back to the gate that faces the chimney, which is just behind you. And if you remember, we just had the first couple of inches of corn growing in this field. I mean, obviously it was put in a few weeks ago, but I think it was just a couple of weeks ago that we came down and checked on it. And I'm a bit flabbergasted about what's going on. Take a look at this. Look how much that's grown. Absolutely ridiculous. It's huge. I know it's a little hard to tell in black and white, so I'll give you some perspective by standing amongst it. I mean, look at it. It's up to my... Well, some of it's above that. Some of it's up to... If you go a bit further in, it's probably up to here, or maybe even higher. How has it grown that fast? It's blown my mind a little bit. I mean, yeah, that's all I've got to say on it. I walked through and I I couldn't believe that that little time has passed. It is ridiculous. Look at all this here behind me. This is all, okay, when I say all, this is mostly that meadowsweet I was talking about that's grown up alongside the main path. And it's just absolutely taken over. To be perfectly honest, I thought maybe it was the seeding time of one of the, what do they call them, umbellifer type plants, like your cowpassy or your wild carrots or whatnot. But no, it's its own thing. And I had to look closely to see it, but I honestly think this has just appeared in the last week or two. All of this, and replaced the oxide daisies that have mostly gone over now. I would have talked about it earlier when we came past, but I had a very nice lady who was coming through on her mobility scooter with her dogs, and well, I didn't want to be stopping and chatting to myself while she came past. But she did actually follow me down the path on the way to the cornfield there, and we got chatting just about how lucky we are really to have somewhere like this around. So not just me that thinks that, it's nice that there's other people appreciating it as well. Not just my wood, even though I kind of think of it that way. That's a pity. Couldn't get my camera sorted in time. I just had a shrew jump out of the side, walk out into the path, nuzzle around a bit. By the time I had my video ready to take him, he had, I guess, probably realised I was actually there and ran back in. I'd have loved to have got that. I apologise for the fact that I'm still talking about it, but it's another one of those instances where there is stuff that you can't always get. I'm struggling not to say you can't get what you want. You can't always get all of the shots, and it just keeps you coming back for more. So, hey ho, maybe we'll see one another time and I'll actually be ready. But they scurry it. I mean, there's so much little things that I don't know if I've mentioned it, that just you hear it rustling in the bushes. And yes, sometimes it's birds, but a lot of the time it's not, because when I've been standing waiting for things to happen, I've actually seen these little rodents moving through the undergrowth. This wood is rampant with these little guys, which is really cool, honestly. Not the easiest thing to video. I probably need to come down here and actually keep my eyes on him, but yep. He just went right in here, but he is gone now, which I don't blame him for. I'm a big mammal, so I am something he should be worried about. Not, I mean, he shouldn't be, but it's good that he is, because that means he's worried about other things as well. Now from Rita Widow to Liftholt. Check both ways. I don't think I've ever really properly shown this transition of how long it takes to get from one to the other, but as we've just walked out the gate there, and I'm now at the gate here, you can see it's really not that far a transition. So we spent quite a long time over in Rita Widow. So I think what I'm going to do is either call it here, having just poked my head in to Liftholt really. I'd really like to get down in there though, so maybe I'll try and be brave and come back on one of the nights this evening. This evening? One of the evenings this week, let's go with that. And check it out then. see what's happening, because I feel like I've been going to Rita Woodoo more as of late than Liftholt, and there's probably reasons for that. What they are though, I don't know off the top of my head, but fingers crossed we'll be back. Well, hello again. It is a few days later after our last recording. I'm going to have a quick walk down to Liftholt, but as you can maybe hear, it's quite quiet and peaceful, and that's because we're down here at an evening, probably, I don't know, an hour before sunset. The sunset's pretty late, so it may be even longer, but it's a little cloudy today, so it's hard to see exactly, but yeah, just going to have a nice peaceful wander as things settle down for the evening. Oh, hopefully the mics keep working the whole time, but they are on red, so I don't know how the sound's going to be, but we'll cross our fingers that they've got some life in them. So just here, we have another flower that I almost walked past because I thought, well, I know what that is. It's going to be one of those same things that we've been seeing. There's so many of these type of flowers, but I'm glad I stopped because this one appears to be common valerian, which I got to say, kind of another cool name. I don't know a lot about it apart from, much like all these other ones, it grows to 1 meter, 2 meters tall and has these umbrellas of flowers on. These ones are a bit more delicate than some of them. They are white. You can probably somewhat tell that on there, but I suppose they could be a sneaky yellow or something. But they're delicate little white flowers in these clusters, and right, yeah, I like these guys. There is a slight jump up in finesse to many of the flowers that look like this. Glad I noticed it. So we've made it up to the upper clearing, which is just here. It's probably not easy to tell in black and white. If we head that way, straight back down where we've been, that's home. If we go, some bird calling with a very interesting sound. If we head that way, we go to the verge. And if we head that way, it will lead us through the soldiers and onto the stump of standing. So I'm going to attempt that, at least. I don't know how overgrown. Things are a bit more overgrown. The path through the verge is looking quite overgrown. I might try it later, but to get back. But yeah, definitely a lot more grass height, which is a touch more tricky at least. Well guys, we made it back to the stump of standing. That was a bit of a trek through some quite lengthy grass. I think that's part of the reason why I haven't been coming back here as much since we've got this time of year, and why I've been going more to the Rita Woodoo. lift halt a bit more overgrown, especially back here where I like to come. But hey, we're here now. It has been a while. This field over, you can probably hear the sheep in the distance. I think they're in the next field over, but the field where they often are, the grass has grown up quite a lot. This one next to me, still grassy. That one down there looks croppish, if I'm being honest. I can't remember if that was one of the crop ones or not now. I think it was. I think it was barley. When we have more time and we have colour, we'll come check that out. I think probably I'm going to say bye-bye for now. I'm just going to trek my way back home before it gets too dark and call it there for this week. I hope the black and white has not been too jarring, and maybe it certainly allowed me to focus on different aspects. You're more interested in light and shape than you are in colour and colour. So it's been quite fun in some ways having that filter on there. Everything I've recorded has been in black and white, so this isn't like I've just recorded it all normally and I can just go and pull the saturation down on it. I've been trying to actively record it in black and white so that I have a feel of what it's really going to be like, and so I can't sort of back out of my plan. So yeah, I just hope it's been interesting and not annoying. We're not going to do it every week, but it's fun to test things out. It's always fun to do it in photography. I'd not really thought about doing it in video before, but pretty cool. Anyway, that's enough waffling. Thanks for joining me this week. I will see you next week, where I have big plans. We'll see if they come to fruition or not. But yeah, hopefully next week will be a good one. Anyway, see you then. Bye-bye.